One big problem that we come across when we're dealing with loops is actually developing a sound. So being able to take a melody or a bass line, whatever it may be, that we want to develop as the track goes on. So rather than just adding variations and making it interesting or making it our own, actually developing it. How do we open up a filter on something that doesn't have high frequencies? Or how can we progress a melody and add new notes and add new layers to it? Well, there are a bunch of techniques that we can use for that. So I've selected a melody to get us started. It sounds like this. Okay, so let's get going. I'm going to bring this over into the arrange page. Let's just get rid of the browser, and we'll duplicate it down just like we always do, so that we've got an original melody, and then we're going to get stuck in with this one. Now the first thing that you can do is create layers. So we've obviously got a layer on top of this, but we change the pitch to make some kind of harmony. So I'm going to dive this up to a perfect fifth. That's 7 semitones, and I'm literally just going to hit that in, and I'm going to solo it. Just want to play with a few of the warp settings so you can hear the way that this affects the sound. You can hear the kind of shimmering that we're getting there. Can go metallic with that one. Repitch we'll leave alone. We've got the two complex modes. They all offer slightly different flavour, so it's worth playing back your layers and messing around until you find something that you think fits well. So let's play them both together. I'm going to bring the volume down on this. Let's take about 5 dB off. We don't want it to be too overbearing. Do without and then with. So that sounds pretty cool. It's almost got a kind of reverse vibe to it, which gives me an idea for later, actually, straight away. Let's mess around with these settings in here. Let's try and... So I like this quite sort of bitey vibe that we got going on. I'm going to take a few more dB off of it though. And I'm not sure I'd want it running all the time. So let's see what happens if we cut some bits out of this. And then this has got delay written all over it. Don't want a huge feedback, that would be overbearing on this. And let's bring this up a touch. And let's have a little play. So that goes well. So straight away we've got another layer that we could bring in later in our arrangement. We've already got a way of now progressing this sound, developing it into something else. Let's go again with this. Let's duplicate. I'm going to bring this one underneath. So I'll name these in a second. For this one, let's go in and we'll go up the whole octave on the transpose this time. See how this sounds. So it's working straight away. No problem with that at all. But let's jazz this up. Let's move our start marker a little bit. try it again. Any of these are working well. So I quite like that. That's working. Let's go in here. Just when we were messing with the warp mode a second ago, this one bar was kicking out something quite interesting. Let's have a listen to this. So there's definitely scope there to do some pretty bonkers stuff if we wanted to. I think we'll stay here. This was quite nice. And then we could add some stuff to this as well. So let's go in and try the auto filter on this one, just again to add some movement. So I'm going to set this up so that just it filters up and down quite slowly. Let's get that phase down to 0 so we don't get the added panning. A little bit more frequencies through. So we'll listen to that. Maybe try playing with the offset a little bit. That's nice. Okay, so that actually sounds better with a filter on, I think, when it's set to around that area. Let's just, oops, bring this back down a little bit. So either one of those would work really well. So we've got yet another layer. So I think there's still some legs left in this sort of editing, that's for sure. So in the next video, we'll duplicate it out some more and see if we can come up with some more ideas of how we could just progress from one loop and get a bunch of ideas that would make a full arrangement.